Hey there, I'm a fellow barbecue enthusiast, Mike Baker here, Baker's Barbecue. Hey, today we got the Masterbuilt digital electric smoker. Got it fired up. I got a 10-pound Boston butt we're going to be putting in this thing today. We're going to be setting up the Masterbuilt cold slow smoker, and I'm going to be using pellets today versus wood chips. We're going to be using the B&B cherry pellets. I want to see how the Masterbuilt slow cold smoker operates with pellets, and I want to see how it affects the barbecue on the bark, flavor, etc. Now, I know the Masterbuilt manual says don't use pellets in the Masterbuilt slow cold smoker, but I'm going to try it out today and see how it works. I'm not sure why they would say don't use it, but we're going to see how it works out and see if there's any issues with it. So stick around. Don't go nowhere. Let's get to smoking. All right, so we got this beautiful, about 10-pound pork butt. Let's get it in the smoker, and we're going to let this thing do its magic. All right, let's get her put in. Nice looking pork butt. Going to set it right there in the center. Let it camp out all day just by itself. All right, we're going to get it shut down. So now we're going to get over here and turn on our cold slow smoker. All right, so I'm just going to come down here. Kick it on. When you see the red light come on, it's ready to go. All right, so like I said, I've already got the pellets put in there. We just turned it on. I'm curious to see how long it's going to take to start smoking. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead. I'm going to open up my top exhaust vent all the way. That really helps to create the draft coming out, like I said earlier, in other videos, coming out of the slow smoker in through the smoker. All right, there you go. That's after about, I would say, probably 3 or 4 minutes. It took it just a little bit longer to actually start smoking than what the wood chips did. But look at that. That's smoking out perfect. All right, so that's after about 10 minutes right there. 10 minutes, and look how that thing is smoking. And I will tell you, if it does work good with pellets, of course, pellets are easier to fill it up with, and will be a little bit cheaper to buy because you can buy a large amount of pellets. All right, so one of the things I've been wanting to try out is, if you guys ever seen like an amazing tube, I guess what it's called, it goes inside of a pellet smoker. You pack it down full of pellets, you light one end. When it gets to smoldering, then you put it up in your pellet smoker and you let it sit there all day. So I'm going to see, I'm going to check out this kind of test here and see, since I've got the pellets all lit, see all the smoke coming out, I just turned the cold smoker off, the slow cold smoker off, and I'm going to see if the same effect will happen inside this that it does in an amazing tube. I'll keep you updated. I'm going to come back here in about 15, 20 minutes and see how it's doing. I want you to check this out. It's been almost 30 minutes since I kicked off the Masterbuilt cold slow smoker, and we still got a good steady stream of smoke coming out of this thing. So my thoughts on this thing working almost like an amazing tube so far is proven out. If it does, I think what it'll do is it will extend the smoke life that you'll get out of the Masterbuilt cold slow smoker versus if it's on. Because when it's on, it's just going full blast the whole time. So as we can see, we still got a good amount of smoke coming out. I'll probably come back out here and check it in another 30 minutes or so. We'll just have to follow it throughout the cook and see how it actually does. So stick around. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back. There we go, after 30 minutes right there. Oh, this is after an hour of me kicking off the slow cold smoker and just letting the slow cold smoker work almost like the amazing tube I was telling you guys about. Look at that smoke. That's amazing. Now, I will say one thing. I did touch the side of this, and it is definitely hot. It's off. But I think probably one of the reasons why they recommend not to use pellets in the slow cold smoker is, I don't know, maybe it can get hotter than this wood chips would. I know whenever I kicked it off, I did open up the ash pan that sits below the heating coil just a slight bit. And I did that just to create a little bit of airflow to hopefully help the smoldering pellets continue catching on. I've since shut that because, like I said, it got really hot. But I'm thinking maybe that may be the reason why they recommend to not use pellets, because it does get extremely hot. So just be cautious with it. Make sure it doesn't let it get flamed up. You don't want it to flame up, turn into a torch inside that thing. But anyway, just be cautious if you try this, and make sure you keep a close eye on it because the pellets do get pretty hot. But look at this. Crazy. I mean, it's smoldering. Like, this is an hour smoldering like crazy. So stick around. We'll keep you updated. All right, so now after 2 hours, it did stop smoking. All right, so what I'm going to do is, I'm thinking what's happened is the pellets are probably stuck inside the hopper, wood chip hopper, pellet hopper. And I'm going to agitate it just a little bit and shake those down. And I might actually have to kick it back on for a few minutes to get it started. So I just open it up here. Just pop the lid off of it, and I can see it still packed full to the top. So I'm just going to push in there just a little bit and see what's going on. I'm going to shut that back down. I'm going to shut the lid, and I'm going to go down there. I'm going to kick it back on and let it get started back up. It'll take it just a few minutes. It should start smoking, and we'll go from there. Well, as you can see, it's already starting to smoke. So I just shook it, agitated to the bottom. I think once it got down there and hit the coil, it started kicking it up. So here it is. I just agitated, and it started going again. All right, so here we are. We're 5 hours into it, and the smoke is still doing good. So I want to give you an update. So the smoke's still coming out really good. But what I've had to do is I've had to come out probably about every hour and a half or so and just agitate the little pellet hopper, little wood chip hopper, to keep the pellets popping down. Also, what I've done is I've decided to go ahead and just leave it turned on because it seems like it's working a lot better. So as I play with this over different cooks, I may develop other ways of doing it. I may actually get it to where it does work more like the amazing tube that I was talking about. But as of right now, it seems as if it's going to need to be turned on. So as you do this, if you do this, like I said, take caution. The manual says don't, but you'll just have to play with it a little bit. Come out here and shake it, agitate it, get it moving around the stuff in there if needed. Or you may get lucky and yours may just flow perfectly. So far, what I do see is that the pellets are, it's fine working them in there. Now, like I said, you got to keep an eye on the slow coal smoker. It does tend to get hot, but so far it's not flamed up or anything like that. So still getting good smoke. We're going to let it go about another hour and probably get these butts wrapped and let them finish out about the last 4 hours. So stick around. We'll be back. All right, so we're right at the 6 hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and open it up, take a look at the butt, see how it looks. I don't know what the internal temperature is, but if the bark looks good, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap it up. So let's get over and take a quick look. Oh yeah, that butt's looking real good. Check that out. Good looking bark on there. Yep, I'm going to take it out and we're going to wrap it. All right, so we're going to get this Boston butt out of here, get it wrapped up. Oh man, that looks wonderful. That looks darn good right there now. I'll tell you what. All right. Yep, looking real good. Bark's all set real good. Go ahead and do a good wrap here on it. You want to get it wrapped tight. You don't want to sit there and steam like that. And then turn it sideways so you've got the next thing of aluminum foil coming up over those seams I just created. Just like that. Make it good and tight. Put my thermometer down in the center. There we go. All right, so we're going to open this up and we're going to stick her back in here. All right, so we are temping out right at 162 degrees internal, which is perfect. The bark was set real good, so we're good to go. Put it back in. I'm anticipating it taking about 4 more hours. So during this time frame, I'm actually just going to let it go. There's nothing to look at. So we'll come back here at the end. We'll unwrap it, see how we did. We'll see how it tastes with the using the pellets versus wood chips and kind of check out the texture. So stick around. Don't go nowhere. All right, then, my fellow barbecue enthusiasts, we got the pork butt all done. It took a total of 10 hours. I brought it to 205 degrees, and it was probe and tender. So let's just do a quick recap. We cooked this 10-pound, or actually about 9.5, 10-pound butt on the Masterbuilt electric smoker using the Masterbuilt slow cold smoker, and we put some B&B cherry pellets in there versus wood chips. So the goal here is to see how did it smoke out, how is the bark, how's the flavor, and then how would the pellets do in the smoker. And I will say the pellets in the cold slow smoker worked good. I actually got a lot longer smoke time than I would with the chips. It did stick inside of the pellet hopper or the wood chip hopper, so I did have to quite a few times go out there and agitate it and kind of knock that down about every hour and a half or so. But overall, it worked good. I turned it off a few times trying to mimic the amazing smoke tube, And it worked for a couple hours and it would go out. I would have to agitate it and then kick it back on and it would start it back up. So I think you just have to play with it if you try pellets in yours, but I definitely think it works. So I got longer smoke time, but I'm not for sure how the smoke tastes. So let's get over here and let's get a taste and see how we did. Nice bark there. It's juicy. I mean, it's just falling apart. It's really good. I will say the smoke flavor is not nearly as strong as it would be if I used wood chips, but I'm going to check it again real quick. I'm going to grab me another bite, see how this one does. Man, that's good. I got to tell you, it's delicious. But I will say the smoke flavor is not as strong using pellets as it is using the wood chips. But the pellets were actually easier to use and lasted longer as far as smoking goes. So it's definitely a must try. Like I said, just use caution when you do it. The manual says don't, so be careful when you do it. I recommend you follow the manual. But anyway, I want to check this out. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found a little bit useful, especially with the slow cold smoker attachment. The barbecue did turn out good. It did develop a really good bark, and it's got a good smoke flavor. It's juicy and it's tender. I can taste the rub really well. It's just not as smoky. So anyway, lessons learned. All right, I want to come back on after we ate. And after the family ate, my wife said, hey, she said she absolutely loved the smoke flavor that it put off from the pellets. And after I got down deeper into the butt and was eating more of it, the smoke flavor was a lot better than what I thought. So overall, I did a good job with the pellets. So kudos, thumbs up. If you want to try it, just be careful if you do it. Keep an eye on it. Hey, but I'll tell you what, if you did enjoy watching the video today, if you would hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, thank you for coming back. Until the next time I see you, happy smoking.